Hello, everybody, and welcome to the White Hatter YouTube News Show. I'm Brandon.
And I'm Darren.
Let's get into the news, shall we?
Do it. In the news.
First news topic from last week is SCUF Gaming. Store hacked, steal credit card data from 32,000 customers.
What the hoot is SCUF Gaming?
SCUF is a...
Sounds like something you do to your shoe. Scuff your shoe.
No, SCUF is a premium third-party gaming console controller brand for Xboxes and PlayStations, so that you can have custom plate skins or extra buttons.
How's the feedback on it? Like,
they are a premium brand controller. Definitely, people like them. People like the extra functionality that they bring. They are a premium brand, which I guess is why we brought this up here on the show, because I know a lot of YouTubers, will have partnerships with them or affiliate programs. So between February 3rd and March 16th, the issue had occurred where somebody had breached their store and was able to gain information on customers, payment information on their processing. So this is certainly a bit of a worry for people who have purchased SCUF Gaming controllers in that time frame.
What kind of information was released? Do we know?
To be determined. Basically, what we know so far and what they are suggesting is any information that was put into their credit card processing payment system could be breached. So things like numbers, security codes.
CSV number.
Yeah.
Didn't you say that if people who purchased using PayPal, this didn't affect, though?
Yes. People who use PayPal, which has its own processing system.
Why didn't it affect them?
Well, this only affected people who paid via credit card, which they use their processing.
Right, because,
paying for PayPal, the money goes straight to SCUF Gaming through PayPal through its own processing.
So there's an advantage going with PayPal.
I guess that is a pro on PayPal side, yes.
Right. So anybody who purchased this, you want to maybe think about doing what then? Like, so what's
double checking your transactions on your credit card, because there could be information that was leaked, which means you could be vulnerable.
And therefore maybe changing passwords and all that kind of stuff too, right?
Well, you can't change the password on your credit card.
No, but that's a good point.
Yeah,
I'm still asleep. It's Monday morning.
Although I think maybe credit card purchases should. That's a good question. Should credit card purchases online require you to have a password?
Well, I don't know. Well, that's what the CSV...
That you can then change?
Yeah, that's why you have the CSV code on the back.
Yeah, but you can't change that.
No, I know. Yeah, maybe they do. I don't know.
Maybe through your bank, your card is set up.
Maybe through your what?
Bank.
You said break. I went, what? You sound like a duck. What was that?
Maybe through your bank, maybe when you get credit cards, much like your bank password, you can change a password for your card to do online purchases. That'd be kind of cool.
Cool. Don't like the color of that. Maybe if it was a neon blue or something rather than red.
All right.
Anyways.
Next topic. Ex-carrier employee sentenced for role in...
Hey, just before you go, squirrel, look at the second picture down there on the right. You can see a heart in the clouds. See that? See the heart?
Yes.
Squirrel. Anyways, back on topic.
Ex-carrier employee sentenced for role in SIM-swapping scheme.
Okay, so before we go on, for the viewers, what is... Sounds like you. What's SIM-swapping?
SIM swapping is probably one of the biggest security issues right now in the world, where basically...
Specific to cell phones, right?
Specific to cell phones, yes.
Or any device that uses a SIM card to access telecommunications cellular networks.
Basically, in simple terms, somebody routes your phone number to their phone, so all your text, phone, security codes are sent to their phone and not your phone. This is a big problem because a lot of networks, platforms, programs are requiring your phone number as your unique identifier. Oftentimes when you're looking at security, you get texted a two-factor code, a four-letter code that basically indicates, you are who you are, to verify you can log in. This is a huge problem for that, because if your phone number is your unique identifier, if it can be easily manipulated, transitioned, ported, that's a big problem.
So one of the ways to defend against this is most cell phone companies in Canada and the United States allow you in your settings when you go to the carrier to prevent somebody from porting your number or swapping your number without your permission.
Yeah, but these are not on by default.
That's right. They're not on by default.
Because it makes it harder for the carrier to do their business, because they have to contact the client and do all that stuff. So
yeah, that's one of the one of the tick-offs I have. We kind of talked about this last week with Facebook, is that why don't they just turn these things on by default, right? Because
it makes it harder for business.
For them. Harder
takes
for
more
business.
Time is money. Did you not know that? Time is money. And the more time you spend on something, it costs more money.
But for those of you who are watching right now, to make sure that you don't fall prey to SIM swapping, just go to your data carrier, whoever they are. Canada, could be Rogers, Bell, Fido, whoever it is, and just double check. And if they do have a SIM swapping option to prevent that from happening on your platform, well, then make sure that you opt into it. Right?
It could also be called porting as well.
Yes.
There's different language depending on your character, but swapping or porting are often words
Character
used.
or
Carrier.
Carrier. We're having a great morning this morning. It's like we have marbles in our mouths this morning. Like, woo, Monday mornings, woohoo! Next one.
Just on this note, on this article, the person was paid up to $500 a day to participate in this scheme.
Really?
I know.
Okay, so if we go on a 5-day week, that's $2,500 a month. Mm-hmm. So that's
American.
That's 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. That's $10,000 a month.
American.
Times 12 months is $120,000 a year.
American.
Like, holy moly. I mean, really, though, this doesn't surprise me. I remember when I was in policing, we investigated a case where a person who worked at a gas station was connected by organized crime, who were paying him $1,000 a day because they said, listen, all we need you to do is to take this card swipe and give me the one that you have, plug this one in, and just keep it in there, and we'll give you $1,000 a day for doing that for us.
I mean, the criminals are making thousands of dollars each day from stealing that information.
Yes,
What's $1,000 out of that?
Yeah, I know. Exactly, right? So, again, this doesn't surprise me. The lure of money, right?
Next article. Data analytics firm exposes 2 million Instagram and TikTok users. Now, this is not what you may think.
TikTok on the clock. I listened to that song the other day, by the way. Guess who sings that?
It's Kesha.
Yeah,
or
Kesha.
Cat Dollar Sign.
Yeah. Dollar sign.
Not anymore. They've changed their artist name. But yes, when that song came out, that was their name. So, not what you think of this. Basically, this is a Romanian data analytics firm.
Romania. How appropriate, given that it's October, Halloween's coming up.
Yeah.
Transylvania. Romania.
What was included was first names, usernames.
1, 2.
Count.
The count from the show.
Yes.
Which show?
Sesame Street.
Sesame Street. Very good.
Usernames, location data, details about the profile picture, phone numbers, emails, engagement rate, follower count, and following count.
Okay. Can I
Big
just ask
deal.
you a question?
Yeah, I know.
Like, isn't that stuff already available on
I think
it's there, right?
I think for headline news, anything that involves analytics and any kind of scraping of networks. Yeah. I mean, here's the thing. I mean,
I guess maybe what it did is it kind of brought it all to one place, right?
I mean, sure, they left their system unsecured, unencrypted, but I mean, this information that was there, you could just get just by visiting a person's profile.
Exactly.
But yes, it's aggregated, and people are kind of angry that, you know, a company or organization can just go to social networks and copy all the data,
right?
Even though they're public, open data sources.
Yeah, right. I mean, this one is, to me, it's not a really big deal. It's something that's already there. I mean, again, what they probably did is they brought it all into one place, right? But other than that, I mean,
the only thing that's, I think, unique here is ratings on engagement rate. So I think we've seen a lot of data breaches or scraping of people's social networks that just have the basic data. At least what's interesting here is that it has engagement rate metrics, which I guess could be used to suss out, you know, who is more influential.
Did you just say suss out?
Yeah.
That's so Among Us.
I know.
Too bad we didn't have the sound effect.
Okay.
Right? I'm just saying. That was very Among Us.
Maybe I'll add that in post.
I know. Wow.
So, I mean, that's the only, I think, new thing that we see in this data leak.
Right.
But overall, there's no passwords or anything. Not a huge concern for us here in the White Hatter.
Yeah, not a big deal.
And last article for today is YouTubers fell for shady sponsors who seized and sold their account.
What's this all about?
So, But you've seen over the last, years or so, YouTubers losing access to their accounts, or they've been
Losing what?
access to their accounts. Wow, we can't.
You said access. I'm thinking, what? Marbles.
So-
Blah, 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 blah.
We've seen over the last couple of years how YouTubers have lost access
There we go.
to their account.
Yes.
And they've had, problems with being locked out, and, people are asking Google and YouTube, hey, what's the big deal here? What's
Right.
going on?
Right.
Google did their little analysis, and they determined that there is a decent amount of people, YouTubers, who are falling for shady sponsors. Will be approached by a sponsor deal, and what they're asked to do is join the sponsor's Discord or WhatsApp page to get them off the platform, and then they will say, hey, our process for sponsors, you got to download our intake app or software.
And as soon as you download it, boom, they got you.
They either install malware, viruses, ask you to log in, which then captures your password and username, and that's how they're then using that to then gain access to your account, to then lock you out, to sell things on your account, post videos of you post videos of a marketed product, which is a scam in of itself.
Right.
So
this to me all comes down to buyer beware again, right? Like I we've received emails and messages like this, right, where they go, oh, we love your followings, we would love you to be an influencer for it, blah blah blah. But one of the first things you should always do is just Google who these people are, and just Google the name, and then plus or put the AND capital letters and feedback, and then just see what other people are saying about them. Now, one of the things that you're saying, that these shady groups, they have a habit of changing their names quite often. Well, what they don't have a habit of changing so much is their URL. So not only do we Google the name of the company plus feedback, but also the URL and feedback. And that's a really good way to kind of get more kind of information on who these people are, just to see what other people are saying. Because if these types of companies are ripping people off, then people are going to be talking about this online. So you can kind of do your own kind of surveillance and do your own security check, basically doing what's called an OSINT check on them, just to see what are they legit or not, right? Or are they ripping people off? But buyer beware.
Yeah, it is also very luring, because for YouTubers who may not be making a lot of money, because it's a hard business to be in.
I actually see this probably being more effective on the younger YouTubers. I mean, any YouTuber can be affected, don't get me wrong, but I actually see this probably being way more effective on younger YouTubers who want to get that following, want to become that influencer, if you know what I mean.
Well, I think that's just by numbers. I mean, there's a lot more YouTubers tend to be younger in general anyways. Right. But I think, even for older content creators on YouTube, I think, who may not have experience in online sponsorship deals,
Right.
they could easily fall prey on this as well, because they may have the understanding that that's just how sponsors are done. Right. In that you download an app and then you all that stuff. Yep. So, yeah, I think just by sheer numbers, younger are more likely to be impacted, but I think any age is likely to be impacted if they don't have prior experience in working with sponsors on platforms like YouTube.
Gotcha.
So here on YouTube, look out for that.
Yeah, for sure.
So
this is the last one?
That's the last article for the week.
Oh, quick, simple, to the point, little bit of mouth marbles going on in today's...
marbles.
Yeah, I call them mouth marbles, right? Where we say things and marble and blah, blah, blah. Anyways, in today's YouTube show. So,
alrighty.
Yeah.
Till next week.
I'm Darren.
I'm Brandon. See y'all next time.
See ya.
Bye.